I mean, you can see from your page here. Look, your Fisher's turned up. Your DLP went positive.
Exactly.
RO,
Yep.
Well, not like that, and look at the beautiful entropy thing, right? Look at the entropy indicator, man. It's random, right when the move starts, and then it goes right into trend.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
So you're over here because this is, if you're down here on low time frames, you're waiting for it. You want volatility contracted.
Yeah, look
you
at
want
that.
volatility, and look,
everything's screaming, get in this trade.
It's contracted.
Yeah.
Let me see something now. So that's a 525. Let me make sure.
This is a good example of what this is a good example of, like, here everything's set up for you, so you can track. So this is a good conversation of how explaining it to you, because I think I've forgotten more than I've learned already.
Yes. Yep. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Like all this, I'm telling you, man, it's like information overload for 6 months, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, shit, yeah, okay, I know what that is now, and I understand that, and oh, this one over here, I got that, and then it starts to come together as a picture.
So here's another chart, same chart with blue lines on it. So what I'm asking for is that where each of those blue lines, you can see down on the correlation, it's basically going from pink to blue, except for the last one. Last night. That whole, here's my point. The move starts at 840. It basically takes the minis from 39.71 all the way to 38.04. So it's what is that?
How do you have that SEP? Show me.
I have it set up at 7.
You got it on a
sample size of 7, and that's it. Just a sample size at 7. Then I have the just showing the unsmoothed SEP.
Right, and what do you have the correlation set
7,
to?
7 and 7.
7 and 7. You know what I would do?
Yeah.
Let me see here.
I have it 7 and 7 because this is one of the ones that AC, he's walked me through.
Yeah, it's fine. Just know that, man, it's going to happen fast down there on that 1 minute. You can see the entropy percentile, man. It's right.
It's all over the place. That's my point. So it gets hard for me to utilize it when it's moving all around like that. I mean, So you have this one big solid move up here in the last 20, 35 minutes, and we're going from positive to negative to positive to negative in minutes here.
Yeah. Let me throw this new layout on here. Here, let me show you some.
Maybe some way you can set
How dare Trading View throw volume on my chart, you monkeys.
I hate when they do that.
Get the hell out of here. Get with your volume. You need to take a value. That's what you need. Let's see. Let me add the SEP real quick.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I appreciate it.
No, 100%, man. Because I'm seeing that's tough. Where the fuck are you? God, we got so many fucking indicators.
Down there, Shannon. Keep going down.
Oh, you mean because it's alphabetical order?
Yeah.
We just watched that head jive video and he was talking about.
That video was good, by the way. That head jive video.
Yeah, dude.
I like that too.
I'm thinking about maybe subscribing to that show because it's not as much as it used to be, or I don't know what they did, but it's like $500 a year. I'm thinking I might subscribe to it, and then we can just all fucking put it on here and watch it.
Just, I think the guy's pretty spot on, smart guy.
Oh yeah, real smart.
Oh
yeah.
He knows his shit, man.
Big research staff. I mean, talk about data. Gosh, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I
Are
just
they
don't.
running
I don't
money or
quite
are they just?
understand their system. What they do, P Funk, is
Yeah.
they separate everything into what they call quads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's cool is it's really cool because all this data that we kind of are looking for in the morning, that's what they do. Like they coordinate all of the interest rates versus all of the profits, all the quarterly statements from these companies. They put them into different quads, and so if you're in a particular quad, well then the expectations are this is going to happen. And so then they play different sectors and different stocks off of each other, based on what quad you're in. So it's a little complicated at first, and I still don't quite understand it. But
No, I gotcha.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's cool because it's like they take all of the data of the markets and
Right.
then put them in their proper category, and then make trading decisions based off of the real time data, and their decisions are based off data. There's no like, oh, I feel like such and such is going to happen today. They don't do anything on feelings. He literally is like a robot. He's like, this is what's going on. This is I'm hitting buy. This is what's happening. I'm hitting sell. You know what I mean? He doesn't give
Yep.
two shits about what his feelings are.
And that's the way as you kind of have to be that way. I
Yeah,
used to be
yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean
So
their returns and numbers are they're freaking they're a huge they're
are
becoming a
they
very
running
big hedge
people's
fund.
money?
So check this out.
Okay, go ahead.
So is what I've done here. Got the smoothing on. So is what you're trying to do here down on the 1 minute, right?
Right.
And for sure to try to maximize your gains down here because obviously I don't have to tell you it's fucking
Yeah. Yep.
it's a Shark Tank.
Yep.
So you use the smooth, and I've got pretty sure I got the length at 15.
All right.
I got the correlation at 15. So is what that's going to do. It's going to take out a lot of the noise, and so you can see right here. Okay, so I'm trying to find a good start point. We can do right here. So when this correlation breaks right here and goes positive,
Mm-hmm.
that goes positive, it's still contracting. So it's starting to walk down. And then that entropy percentile really starts to move. You get the correlation break there, down, 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 down. But I'm telling you, there's a difference between, because we're talking about entropy here, not
Right.
volatility. So even though when it's negatively correlated and the Shannon entropy percentile is rising, you're going to get these moves.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where it's not going to match up. It's not going to give you the good reads that correlated volatility does. That's what
Okay.
I've noticed. I
Okay.
would almost rather, here, let me show you. Whoops, indicators.
Well, see what I was noticing right where you were doing it like so just at that start point where you were, you could see that it goes when on the where it starts to walk down at 4:40 in the morning, and then you can see the pink line means it's negatively correlated, but it's still above the zero threshold though, right there around 444, 442. Do you see what I'm talking about there?
Hold on here.
I know you're looking at one of those. So hold on.
Oh, there, it loaded twice. Man, what the hell is going on? Um,
So going back to the 440, so right around 440, where we the same move we just talked about, the one you just talked about this morning here.
yep, right
So if
here.
you look where it's correlated, right up there, right where you were, if you come
Yep.
down to the entropy thing, okay, when you came down where it's correlated, you see how it's right around that time it's pink, but it's above the zero threshold on the CC of the
Mhm.
SCP, right?
Right.
So that's still considered positively correlated, even because it's above the zero threshold, even though it's purple and
Correct.
headed down.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
it's
it.
still positively correlated. So right where you said where it breaks, right there, right where your cross is, where it breaks, and then it goes blue. Then you see the entropy start to rise, and it continues its move down. So all of a sudden the entropy is expanding, but it's positively correlated. So that's where I'm a little confused. And then it turns negative about right around 445. It starts turning purple again, or pink, the correlation line. and starts heading down. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, and I probably am. I'm just was curious.
No,
I try to use entropy a lot in it, and lately I just been finding that it's been giving me false reads. Maybe it's just me. So
no, the entropy will, man, because we're talking about. That's why I would definitely, the way you're using the Shannon entropy, I
yeah,
would be using the volatility, man. I
okay.
really would. Um,
Okay. So the AVR with APP and CC, that's the volatility. The line, the columns above it are the volatility, and that's the correlation below it. And then these are your
right.
different. All the different lines above it are your different looks going on it.
Yep. What's this on a minute? And so obviously
Your
you're going to
columns
be
are
rate.
what, on 981 or what?
This is yeah. This is
Yeah.
981.
So the columns are 981, but then he's got like 3 or 4 other lengths
It's
Got
525.
it.
that are in
Yeah, I have
lines.
this set up somewhere. I'll just have to go back and look. I know I have other links on it too, but the columns, I don't know which one I have the columns on.
Let me turn off all these other AVRs, man. Just have one on there. Let me turn off the AVPs.
There's a lot in that one.
And yeah, sure, I understand. Yeah, they are. I know, like we. That's why we don't call them rules. They're tendencies. Yeah, I got that.
Boom. Boom, shalak lock, boom. Yes, sir. So now this
All right.
makes this a little easier to
Volatility on top of
read.
entropy. Okay, cool.
And this is definitely a 525. I changed the wrong one. Hold on. Let's put this on 981 real quick. Boom. There we go. And let me see. Go down here.
Yeah, it takes a hot minute to get that Shannon entropy to understand it.
Relation to
And then at the end of the day, you got to realize that, sometimes these indicators are just giving you reads like you're a pilot, right? It's not necessarily that you're going to decide to take the plane up or down, based on that read. It's just another thing that you're looking at. That's quite frankly, I don't use the SEP myself. I just don't use it. It's
Africans, most Africans.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
Loves it like more than anything else that we got.
Yep.
So because of that, I have tried to implore it or utilize it, and I do sometimes. And again, I keep running into walls with it. So it's good for him that he understands it better. But he's got he's looking at every single tick on it.
Yep.
But hey man, if it works for him, then that's all that matters.
That's right. That's
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So P-Funk,
Yeah.
have you? I've sat in sessions with AC before.
Yeah.
He's got quite the process. It's interesting to see other people's process.
It's quite the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he understands it, and he does great with it. It took me a little bit to
wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
He's literally looking at every single second, though, and that's
right.
I might as well be making markets if I was going to do that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're glued to the screen, and it's one thing to do this, obviously to make money on it, but he was trying to project out every 30 seconds or every minute, worrying about every single candle. If we're going to do that, you'll put a gun to your head after a while, man.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to do that when I was making markets, and sometimes you just got to get up and walk away, man.
But when it comes to entropy, you see what he's showing right there. That's the indicator. I like that one. That just tells
pure
me
entropy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
which one?
And I've got the percentile on top. Just is what it really helps with. When's this trend going to be over? So I'm looking at the percentile, and I'm looking where the bands are at. And I'm looking where the bands.
I do use this entropy. So this is basically. So wait a minute. So the area below. So let me get this right then. So on the lower right of your screen, the one you're looking at right there, that's entropy on the below it, right?
Yep.
And what's the columns above it?
Entropy percentile.
That's your Shannon entropy that you were looking at before.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a sense. I'm just going to get rid of this and just just use that one because I use this already because of UMJ, the ENT.
Right.
So I'll just replace that because I created a new screen and I put the old entropy and maybe that's what it was. So I'll just use this ENT.
And then we can look at if we're down here. Let's throw these minis on a 1 minute. Is that just S&P? That's just the S&P. Hold on. What are we doing pre-market? Pulling back a little bit. Look at that last 1 minute candle of the day, man. That thing ran up. Look at that last 1 minute candle of the day yesterday on S&P. Man, it ran right up and nailed the 99.7. Pulled back a little bit. Let me put this on the minis. Come on, baby. Load up.
Oh, you're on the 1 minute.
Oh, I'm down here in the fucking
you
bush.
Are.
I'm in the bush.
You're in DGen land.
I'm in DGen land. Which, yeah, it's pretty low. I mean, I'd much rather be up here, especially as what I was just about to get to is starting to, let me turn off this. There we go, baby. Start to learn how to use like Z-score, variance, returns oscillator, right? Which this in general creates up the Wolf's Vein indicator. I just have it all separated. Yep. Which I would recommend separating it all when you're first learning it first. So when you put it all together, you know exactly what you're looking at.
I still have it separated. It's much easier that way for me.
Yeah. Especially when you're learning. And the only reason we put it together, it's a long story, but it had a lot to do with getting authorized on TradingView and taking up space. We're going to try to, make it so we could put it all in one indicator, which I like it, but it's really hard to read. Especially at first, definitely you'll get people quitting. It's like Navy SEAL training and shit. People be ringing the bell every 2 seconds. Ding ding, I give. I do not know what I'm looking at. It's like, yeah, neither did we. Takes a while. So like these moves down here, like on the 3 minute. I mean, I'm telling you right now, the best. I mean, if you're down here scalping these low time frames. Yeah. There's a lot of this you can put to the side, and you can run pure variance, man, all day long. There's a reason why we built this indicator, because when that data is spreading out from the mean, it doesn't matter which way it's going. We got it correlated. And if we're talking about taking quick profits, just scalping, boom, just tearing these markets up with the algos, you're looking for these outliers, right? Look at all these outliers on the 3 minute. They're just everywhere.
Well, let's go to the last one that it just made. So go all the way to the very right where you're at. So you see how where the move starts right around 840. You see how all of a sudden it goes from purple or pink to blue, and then pink on the inside. So the pink on the inside, obviously it's the variance is shooting up, and the blue means it's positively correlated, right?
Yeah. Well, you see how the variance, it's usually white. Yes. When the variance turns pink, that's telling you that there's an outlier, right? That there's an outlier in progress, which is a second standard deviation move or better. So if I were to grab this, turn this PB2 on. Whoa, hold on here. I got to go to a higher time frame, move it to the daily. Boop. That should do it. Let me go down to 1 minute.
All right. That'll wake you up.
Oh, shit. That ain't even going to work. I got to do it on the 4 hour. There we go. Come on, you little drag and drop queen. Boop, boop, boop. Mm-hmm. Now go to the 15. See what I'm doing? I'm moving this forward. If we're on a 1 minute, you got to get it all the way up in here. There we go. Now go to the 1 minute. So where was that at? Oh, I was straight up. I was on the 3 minute. So this little outlier right here. So you can like take this.
And move it to about there or wherever, yeah.
Move it to about right there. So you're having an outlier, right? Of course, boom. Right up to the 95 for Laplace. Whoop.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
And that's what it's telling you. That's what that variance is telling you.
And then that outside line is the correlation, P-Funk.
Right, but it's blue, so it means it's positively correlated.
Correct.
Right? And then as it gets near where it turns the inside of that covariance or the variance turns back to white. Okay, it means it's just back to normal, or what? I mean, what? So if it goes from pink back to white, what is that saying to us? And the inside
outlier's over. But then what happens? Boom, you just had another one with the start of this candle. So if I were to move this up here,
and it just did it again. Okay, I got it.
Went through.
What I think of variance is that it's kind of like hey, it's okay, man. You can get in this move. It's like a red light going. Hey, not a red light. It's actually like a green light going. You know what? This is going to be a good one.
The worst case scenario, you get out of the trade.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see from your page here, look, your Fisher's turned up, your DLP went positive.
Exactly.
RO, what is that?
Well, not like that, and look at the beautiful entropy thing, right? Look at the entropy indicator, man. It's random right when the move starts, and then it goes right into trend.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. So you're over here because this is, if you're down here on low time frames, you're waiting for it. You want volatility contracted.
Yeah, look
you
at
want
that.
Volatility, and look,
everything's screaming. Get in this trade.
It's contracted. Yeah. Let me see something now. So that's a 525. Let me make sure.
This is a good example of what this is a good example of, like, here everything's set up for it. You can see it contracting. So, and this is a good conversation of how explaining it too, because I think I've forgotten more than I've learned already.
Yes. Yep. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Like all this, I'm telling you, man, it's like information overload for 6 months. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. I know what that is now. And I understand that. And oh, this one over here, I got that, and then it starts to come together as a picture.
Yeah, exactly.
And like your correlation lengths, like on volatility, on anything, if you go higher, it's just think of it as a smoothing. It's just going to smooth it out, because you see, before I had it on a 5, you got this volatility flashing, man, you're already positively correlated, right? And you can see when the volatility's flat and it's positively correlated, drifts down.
So hang on real quick what you're just saying, but it doesn't really go, even though it's a blue line where you were, and there was flashes going off, it literally doesn't become positively correlated until it crosses the 0 threshold, right? Or no?
Well, is what I look at is the slope. And that's what the slope is.
I see it.
Okay. Slope changes. And look, it changes down here. It loses significant negative correlation, starts sloping up positive as all the volatilities are dropping. Yeah. And so when you've got contracted volatility, positively correlated, you're going to drift down. Look at this sneaky shit here, though. What am I on? 3 minute? Yeah. Look at this little clean out. You get this 3 minute candle, 95 for Laplace, open up the next one, 95 for Laplace. I mean, to the dollar. Look at this wick. But the algos, right? But YouTube Jimmy's going to tell you these algos are running on fib levels and shit like that. It's like, okay, let's get something straight, Jimmy. Number one, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But look right where his cursor is right now. Look on the left side of the screen. I mean, you get DLP just moved up over the center line, going positive. I mean, look at the Fishers. They're set up perfectly. I mean, Z-score set up perfectly.
I was about to bring this up. So we've got this fucking outlier going up through these confidence intervals, right? But you're setting up all these little moves here on the returns oscillators, just setting up hidden bull, right? So you got bear div, right, trying to hold it down. That's why we're getting these wicks down here, but it's building hidden bull. The variance turned down. It's coming down quick, too, negatively correlated. So that thing floated right back up.
Yeah, keep going up,
But look at the entropy.
Yeah, the move's over. You'd be out of the trade right now.
Right. Yeah, the move, you'd be out already. Yeah. No, I see it. I appreciate you guys going through it. Sorry to take the time up, but I do appreciate it.
No, don't apologize, man. This is good stuff for me, too.
Oh, yeah.
But P-Funk, what I like to do on that AVR, APP, I also look for just the significant correlation. So that I get what you're saying. When it's below the 0 mean, and it's blue, I mean, and that does just tell me, hey, it's going into positive correlation, and then I'm looking for that significant correlation, along with my flashes.
That makes total sense. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that makes really good sense.
What I can really do here is let me pull this other chart up, because I mean the AVR, right? There's a lot going on. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Pulling up the pro chart real quick. Hold on here. There it is. Get this on the minis. And 3 minute. S&P. Boom, boom. So, here, let's see. Yeah, this was the move right here, right?
Yep.
Boom, boom. And so you've got the 525, is totally contracted. 981, totally contracted, right? And even, let's see, this volatility right here, you can see a little, that's why we got these wicks down here. And you've got this little bit of expansion right here, though, right when the beef of this move starts, they both go significantly positively correlated and start expanding. And it's when it gets real good, when you're going to get even a bigger move, you're going to see this 2400 too. Like, let's find a good one. But now I've got these correlations set on 5. And that's what, I take it all out. I mean, I want to see every fucking second what's happening with this volatility. Let me see here. Let's go to a 1 minute. That is what you're looking for. You're looking for like these big, because you can see like on the 525, look at all the flashes. The 981, there's a little less. 2400, a little less.
Yeah.
There you go. You got one that has all three right by that 3 o'clock. You got one that all 3 flashes.
Oh yeah, boom, 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 boom. They're everywhere.
Yep.
But that's like, and the only thing we're looking at volatility, it's like, can you just trade this? Yeah. But I want to know what type of move we're getting ready to have.
Right.
That's what I want to know. Now, of course, this is going to come back down.
Well, see, look at your AVQ. I keep an AVQ on a couple screens too. I like that one too. One of the simplest ones we have, and it works just as good as any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. For sure. For freaking sure. And then ALR, just like DLP too. I mean, they give good divergence reads.
This is another one that complicates me too, man, this ALR, because I find it very conflicting, this one. Like, here you go. Here's a good example. So let's just talk about that ALR right now. So you have the pink expanding up until 5 o'clock, right, in the morning, and then from 5 o'clock on, it's very low underneath it, and I guess the blue starts to rise from 5 o'clock on, right?
Right. Here's what this thing's mainly telling you.
Yeah.
You see this candle?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about almost a third standard deviation. This return candle almost hit a third standard deviation.
Okay.
When the returns get out to a third standard deviation, what do returns do? What is the highest probability of what's about to happen? They're going to revert. The returns are going to mean revert.
Yeah. Okay.
So what this is showing you is like, hey, this move's over, man. The returns are literally telling you,
it's going to mean
revert. Good ride, son. Take your profit, because you're out here in very low probability land that move is going to continue.
Well, and here's the next key. The next candle goes lower price-wise, closes lower, but look at the pink line.
Yeah.
It's right up at the center of the mean. That's huge bull div right there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Big time. I mean, you barely got a return candle.
One more. So the candle next to it, that ALR candle, that one that extended down to the third.
Just leave your cursor on that one, Bilbo.
Which of this
right
one?
There. No, next candle.
Yeah.
Right there. Leave it there. See how the price closes lower?
Yeah.
Right? But the pink line, it barely even went below the center line. Exactly. It didn't even hit it, right? That's huge bull div between those two candles.
Oh.
Then you're like, okay, well that move sputtered, right? It moved up a little bit. Look at the return candles. Bear div.
Yep.
And from back here, boom to boom, you get this next candle. That was hidden bear. All right. Lower high, higher high.
Look at that blow off top here on that candle right now.
And
this is a blow off top.
Look at this 3 minute fucking candle doing the boom boom. Boom boom, long time, soldier.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Now you have to. I mean, that indicator there is it's a candle by candle indicator. It's not one that I personally like. I'm not looking at it like overall. No, I'm looking at that one candle to candle, looking for the div, and looking for
that.
and looking for how many standard deviations away it is. So that's what that indicator does.
Oh.
Man, this is a hell of a move there.
This is what BTC does.
Yeah.
Nothing else does. It's fucking.
You gotta love
it is
that.
A powerhouse. I mean, you're getting outside the distribution here on the 3 minute. Plus, I mean, on this current 3 minute candle, you're way outside the current candle distribution levels. I guarantee you the variance is just boom, big outlier.
Yeah,
Right.
right there. I see it. Yep.
Which sometimes when you learn how to read this, you can read that ebb and flow, and you're like, okay, well, we're coming down. We're coming down negatively correlated, right? We're setting up all this hidden bull. So you're waiting. You're like, what's going to happen? Hey, man, you can see what happened. The hidden bull played out, shot it over. I mean, it's right at the 1 SD band now, or 2 SD band on the returns oscillator. Variance is kicking. Where most, I mean, if you're just using the Z-score, you're like, oh, it's pretty high. It probably can't go higher. It can pull back and go higher as it wants.
Going higher now.
I'm glad you said that, MJ, because just on that returns oscillator, how he said you see that hidden bull, that's how I've been reading that what were we just talking about? The AVR. Yeah, AR. Yeah, ALR. And I'm like, now when you said candle by candle, that makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes me too. I agree with you. It makes sense to me because I was struggling with that one again too. So
yeah, that's a candle by candle.
Gotcha.
And look at variance, returns oscillator. Look at the Fishers. Look at all the noise. A lot of noise, right?
Yep.
Right?
yeah.
Look at the Z-score. Look at the DLP.
Yeah, very clean. Yeah.
Very, very, very fucking clean. This is why I have it set up the way I do. I mean, they're literally flanking. It's flanking all this noise. But the one indicator in particular that people don't give enough credit for is the Z-score, man. I'm telling you, especially when you got it set on log returns. It's very, very powerful. Very powerful indicators. Love them. But crazy dogs. I like all the noise. I do like all the noise. Myself, where, the normal retail trader comes in and they see this and they're just like, I cannot comprehend what I'm looking at.
Dude, right? I'm here 9 months and sometimes I still say that.
So, yeah, dude. Like, where's the yellow 21? Where's my fun, safe line?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trading for a long time, dude, and I still, some days it's like I wake up and I feel like I've forgotten it all. It's insane. Or you step away for a week or two.
You should see all the leaf. It's like, that's all. I'm on a bed of leaf right now. And they're
not falling here yet, man. They're all orange here. It's beautiful.
Oh, dude, mine's falling quick. I mean, I can see to the back of the property again already. Just in like the last week.
It's supposed to be 76 here today.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little Indian summer coming, which is good. I'm not fucking ready for winter.
I cleaned up all my leaves yesterday. My wife opens up the blinds this morning and then looks at me and says, "Sorry, sweetheart," because the whole yard is just nothing but leaves throughout the night.
Right. Yeah. Look at this variance outlier, man. 3 minutes.
Market is just strong like bull.
Move over here, right? That's a massive variance. Had an outlier to the top, outlier to the bottom. So that's right when people are like, oh, that variance can't go any higher. Oh, is that what you think? Of course, yes, it can. Yes, it can. But then you're working against the distribution. What is this, minis? Let's throw this on.
There we go.
Let's see exactly where we're at here.
I got the weekly resistance coming up. You see that at 38.40, 38.31?
Right.
Right. I think that's weekly upper, right?
Those circles. If you were looking at that 3 minute move, it was literally, here's 8:45, right? You were talking about what? What was that? 8:40? Right. So look. What'd this thing do? So all night, this baby's just fluttering around with the top side of the 68.3. Right about 0500, this thing started dipping down into this liquidity pool. Middle of this monthly range. You get a rejection off the top side of the 63, you dip down again, and whoo, So if I'm on that 3 minute chart, seeing all that set up, and then I'm over here on the VRE going, hey man, this thing is closing candles. We're getting all these wicks down into here. It's picking up steam. This thing's probably gonna pop. And I see something like that, and I'm like, where's it gonna pop to? We're probably gonna have like a little stutter out here on that low time frame because we're outside of the distribution. But that's when, yeah, it looked good there. But whoa, where am I? Where am I? Fuck. Let me get rid of some of these charts, man. I'm losing my fucking train of thought. God, where was I going with that? Give me 1 second. Oh, get back on the 3 minute. So when you're seeing that hidden bowl set up, when this hidden bowl is setting up, right? This is a 3 minute. That 15 minute was down here gathering the steam, gathering that juice for this move. So you move this up onto a 15 minute, right? We're just now at the 99.7. Boom, boom. 15-minute candle almost got there as well. Jesus. Are we setting up any div? I mean, no, not really. No, that's a nice top. That's a nice data set top right there. Let me see on this 33. That's what you do. You just use the workflow. Okay, what's happening? So on low time frames, it's straight telling you, okay, hey man, this thing's now we're gonna get a little sideways action probably until the next little move. Because I mean, all these intraday time frames, man, right now we're having outliers on all of them. And when I see that, I'm just like, okie doke, here we go. Any minute? Probably just starting on the 90 minute. About the 4 hour.
This is some move it's making here, man.
Yeah, and this little 4 hour action right here. I mean, that's some hidden bull for sure. Setting up. Let me see. Yeah, and you get that pop. Whoop. Nice little 4 hour candle.
Yeah, we're touching the third standard deviations off the RMLRs too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the last two candles just went through them. I'm like 1 minute at least.
What time is it? Oh, Jesus, SPY been open. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's
I'm on the
see.
minis. I'm looking at minis, but same thing. They're touching the third standard, the third lines on the RMLRs.
Let's see what happened here. This is. We open the candle right there. Yeah, I mean, this daily range definitely been tested.
You're on SPY here.
Within a few bucks, within pennies. So now I'm looking at SPY.
So right now we just passed the first daily standard deviation just now, right?
On SPY or the minis?
On the SPY. I've just switched over to SPY. 381, 381.58.
1SD is 384.75 on today's.
Oh, really? Well, I'm on a 10 minute. That shouldn't make any difference.
No. The dailies are still going to be in the same spot.
That's weird. I have it at 3.
But we're just getting above I mean, right now, the data set's right at the first resistance level for
this. Yeah, that's what I'm at. The first resistance. That's what I'm
at. Yeah. 381.58. Yep, just trying to get by it. Close this candle above here. You're going to get that. You're probably going to get that 1SD move to the top side to 384. Right? And which it was great.
384.30. I see it. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
And people listening, you go to the stream yesterday and look what we were talking about. It did exactly what the fuck we were talking about. Exactly. To the T. Drop down in here, got this liquidity right in the middle of this monthly range, came down on this 4 hour, tested the 68.3, just launched from there. Had a little rejection at this daily resistance level, gathered steam, and did a 1SD move. Boom. Good stuff. Let's see.
You can see I posted in the stream chat too, is that you can see on a 3 minute and a 10 minute rate at that time, we passed through both RWTs, power means, everything. RMLR went green, monthly CVR held, it was all there. Perfect.
Right.
So the question is, when are you going to take your profit? Right? Because right now, everyone's sucked in. Oh, man, this thing's going to go higher. Oh, it's going to go higher. But, I mean, Well,
I'm not trading anything right
I would have
now.
taken my profit, and I don't care where it goes now. It could go another fucking 500 points. I don't care. You know what I mean?
I'm not trading right now, but I'm telling you, if I was, I would have had it out at the 380.74
Yeah.
on the first, the weekly, and then the next one would be like right around that 381.58 on the SPY if I was playing this.
Take your win.
But,
Take your win
yeah,
and move.
and move.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, people, please.
And it will mean revert because we did three. At 3 standard deviation, I would assume this is going to mean revert, which on my damn, I don't even know where that's at. But
Exactly. That's why those deviations. That's why those help, man.
Yep.
Know where to take that profit.
yeah,
Yash and his memes, his hidden and bullish divergence. Oh, you know it.
that's
All
right.
right,
'Cause
Lord help
Bitcoin
us.
just exploded too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, so Bitcoin. Look at this 15-minute candle prior to this one. Wick right to the top of the weekly. Some algo there, kicking that bitch right back down inside what? The first standard deviation on this 4-hour candle. I mean, closed right at it. I wish people would take a harder look at what we do here. I mean, it's not some sort of magic. It's the math, man. It's the math. And this thing's literally, that's the 4-hour 2SD, right? And there's the daily, 19.6, first standard deviation, today's daily candle for Bitcoin. So if I'm seeing in the charts that this move is still cooking, right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for this level. Specifically, I want to see what happens up here, right? This is the R1 on the daily. I'm going to see what happens. Is it going to get stifled right there? It'd actually be a good place to take profit and front run the 1SD. People are like, oh, there was more meat on that bone. Yeah, what? $100? Give me a break, dude. What are we doing here? Not even 100. $70 from that resistance level to the 1SD. I mean, that's another thing people need to realize, man. These algos, man, they're trading fast. The way to get in front of them is the front run. Front run your profit taking, because they'll damn sure try to take it from you. That's for sure. And you will be noticed. Be like, who the fuck is this? Yeah. Yep. Gotta front run it, man. And it's funny too. I mean, there's been times when I've been on a roll trading. Dude, you're chasing entries. The algos are just like, oh, there he is again. And they're just, it's weird. I mean, I know that's crazy to say, and I don't believe that's what's actually happening. But when it's real time, you're like, are these algos fucking with me right now? Just lowly old me? It's pretty funny. It's like, I do think they are. But yeah. It's all about the entries and the exits. And it does get complicated because we all want the perfect entry. We don't want to have to get out of trades, and with these indicators, you shouldn't have to. Especially when we've got the projection bosses, we know when there's a variance outlier, which is just powerful to begin with. Like that's what I try to tell people using traditional TA. Show me what you got that you really know what's going on with the market, especially returns. I don't give a fuck about price action in their data sets. It's take it off. Don't even need them. We've done this before, right? Where I just take the price action off and just throw up verticals by using indicators, telling people this is what price action did here, this is what it did here, this is what it did there. And then you turn it on, everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, it's the indicators. They don't lie to you. Once you start to learn how to trust these things, it's like, oh, hello, I think I found it. So that's what we're all looking for. We're all looking for the magic, for the code, to crack the code of these algos. What are they doing? What are they thinking? That's why that divergence is so powerful. When you get that div between returns and price action, it tells you a lot. It's literally telling you. And so you got people out there using the divergence with the RSI or stochastics or MACD or whatever they're using divergence on. It makes 0 cents. 0 cents. It's all based on price action. What kind of divergence are you trying to get? The word in itself, I mean, you need two different separate things, right? You want to see the divergence between the returns and the price action, not the strength of the price action, right? Good boy. Talk about that till I'm blue in the face.
So, hey, Bilbo, on this 15 you got showing here, that candle is about to close under the second standard deviation. If it closes, so what does that tell you? If it closes under,
I'm
are you
just
going to
looking
make a
at the
move? Or
probability. I'm looking at the probabilities where there's a 95.4% chance during this 4-hour candle that the 4-hour candle does not close above this. So you got to take into fact that it just opened, right? 8. So at noon, we got a lot of 15-minute candles left. What's that telling me? By the time this 4-hour candle closes, that all these 15-minute candles, if we do get a close above here, and this thing decides real quick to run to this resistance level, even a 1SD, there's a 95.4% chance during this 4-hour candle that those 15-minute candles pull back and close back inside.
okay, perfect.
Yep. It is. It is good shit. Indeed. And only getting better. Yeah, take care, Yasha. Dealing with stuff.
Yeah, could do a little repeat of yesterday. Look how that nice move went up, kind of went sideways, and then had another push up.
Yep.
And then just took everybody's profits.
100% it did. Whole damn move.
Yep.
Whole move.
Yep.
And that's what these algos do.
Yep.
They take YouTube Jimmy's little worshipers, roll them up in a little fucking ball, and send them reeling. Profit. We know what this level is right here. Right? YouTube Jimmy's little worshipers don't know that. They don't know that all these wicks are getting into the first standard deviation. Could it go higher? Yeah. Were the probabilities against that move? We talked about it. Dude, this is the top of the daily range. This shit doesn't happen often. This was powerful yesterday.
Well, you know what it is though. If you think back, especially on Bitcoin, what it is it's Bitcoin always does this. It always goes a little extra to suck people in, because if you're a big player, you need liquidity. So there's no rules here. This is the Wild West. They need liquidity. So what do? They push it up so they can dump it on you and get their profit. Because if they dump it at the first standard deviation there, they're not getting as much profit. They're going to push it up.
There's also a lot of orders there too.
Yeah, they're going to push that up, man. They're going to get that little extra, They want their. That's what puts the leather in the jet seats. You know what I mean?
They're going to set those stops off on purpose. That's why they go that extra. You know what I mean? You take it as high as you possibly can to fill the order, and at the same time of filling probably the orders that are coming in, you're hoping to set off stops. And if you set off stops, and then it kind of works hand in hand.
Yeah, snowballs. Yeah.
Yep, and trust me, I did it all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just here to try to get it. You try to set it off so that you can find those levels. You know what I mean? But it's just the way it is, man.
It's all about liquidity. Where's the liquidity?
Yep. In that move, what did it do? How did it do this? I mean, you got this tight daily range. I mean, it could have went the other way. But what it did is it got down here and it dipped into the center of this weekly range. The last day, it's a Sunday, right? This is the last day. It dipped in and then finally got above that tight daily and just shot right to the 1SD, then to the 95.4 Laplace. And then everybody that was just like, oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed early. You wake up in the morning, look at the wick, right down through where all the Jimmies are putting their fucking stop losses and shit. You wake up, no profit. Lost it all.
I mean, just imagine being an exchange and being able to see everybody's orders.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
They can see everybody's orders, so they know where. And then here's the other thing we used to do. So now I knew everybody's orders. I would sit 1 or 2 pennies ahead of it and just fill up my long, knowing I had a 1 or 2 cent risk.
Exactly.
And then if the market turned, which it did a lot, now I'm the one long of it, and I was long because I basically sat in front of all those other orders. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's completely calculated risk.
Yep.
So I mean, if it dropped down to the 1 or 2 cents, below, then I would fill some of those orders. Yeah, no problem. But my goal sometimes, some days I'd walk in, was to never fill an order.
Wow.
Just do my own shit.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is, man. And these guys are the exchanges, so they're seeing everything. You got to remember, I was competing against other market makers.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Imagine FTX. How could Sam Bankman-Fried? You're seeing it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're seeing both sides everywhere to go. So how can you not? How can you have an exchange and trade on it at the same time too? It's a complete conflict of interest.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. And that's why they love crypto, because there's no rules or regulations against it. You can't do that in traditional markets.
Jimmies are putting their stop losses.
Yep.
It's absolute insanity, man.
Yeah. So now you have them, now you have them basically running the whole exchange. They know where all the orders are. They don't just know where some of them. They're not just a market maker. They know where all the orders are.
All of them.
So, I mean, my God, man. And there's no regulation and no rules and no fines.
Yep.
So what the fuck? They can just do anything they want for the most part.
Yep.
Just don't be so absorbent about it.
I mean, that lure is so hard. I mean, these guys, gosh, you have to really fight against yourself to not be a degen.
I can't even imagine how much freedom they have. I can't even imagine. Because it wasn't like that when I was making markets. You couldn't do that. I didn't know what everybody else held. He who has the biggest order is in control of the stock at that particular point in time. That means literally FTX is in control of every single order, every single minute of the day.
Yep.
Yes, even when a whale walks in and gives them a big order, they're just going to go with them and take out everything and run over everybody.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
Yeah, so think about it on a retail trader level. I mean, there's no chance. The odds are so against you from succeeding. Yeah. I mean, that's why I love this stuff. It's because this is what the algos are programmed to do. So why the hell would I want to try to learn something that is already set up to fail for me? I don't care. Exactly. I mean, these stupid lines and all this traditional TA bullshit. It's not how the market works. The market works on statistics. So you know what? I want to use things that are statistical based and that are giving me good math readings, because I can't see the order. I can't see all that data that they have. So where's my edge? You got no edge in traditional TA.
That is why I came over. When I came over on this side, that's why it was so hard for me to get acclimated to this side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the Tesla chart I just popped up, exactly like SPY. And everything went off at 840, right where we were talking about. So if you can even see the other indies there going with it, but look at that. How perfect that is.
Yeah.
The big money on that was, like I said, I was busy with us in this thing, but the big money on that was the options on these things today. Oh, my God. These same-day options, they're insane. The movements that they make, it's incredible. That's why I'm excited for you to get doing options there, Bilbo.
Yes.
I'll start showing you some of these zero time, like the ones that expire today. They come out this morning and they expire today. Wait till you see the moves on these things.
I bet.
It's insane. 400,000%.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So look at this Bitcoin. Look at this 90-minute chart. I mean, it started having an outlier back here on this 90-minute candle, which after the fact. So boom, you're in on this candle. You're having that outlier. Look how the returns oscillator was really comfortable, just bouncing off the zero mean, hanging right here when you got all these little lower lows, building up this bull div, and all the fishers flip. Boom. Volatility. Look where the correlation broke. Right when the volatility expanded, sloping positively correlated, entropy starting to head back into trend. There's a lot of room here on the 90-minute for this to drop too. So this move definitely could be one of those where Bitcoin just defies the probabilities and goes to the 99.7. It's at 19.6. I mean, it's not even that much farther. What's this S&P? Where's Bitcoin on here again? Yeah, I mean, it's up there by the. It's at the 1SD. It's at the 1SD. 100%. So the 1SD on the daily is this 90-minute candle, 99.7 Laplace. I mean, 635, 630.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, they're right together. Probably want some of that action. Probably want some of that action. And that's the thing too. It's like like MJ was saying, man, these exchanges, they get people in really bad fucking positions. And then people are following like the Twitter whale alerts. Oh, big whale, move this, that. I'm telling you right now, when you see those big moves, it's like exchanges moving shit from their cold wallet to their hot wallet. They're getting ready to take advantage of those stop losses, whether they're on the top side, the bottom side, wherever the fuck they're at. Then all of a sudden, you get the big flush started. That kicks all the R-bots in, so the whole fucking market goes berserk.
Yep.
People are just losing fucking money left and right, screaming, ah! It's fucking hilarious.
It just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just becomes self-fulfilling. So if you have one thing and then you send out, like on Twitter, you send out all the, like you're saying, the whale bots and the whale alerts and all that does is feed into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a completely, preordained, or however you want to say it, and the public just feeds into it and feeds the machine even more money.
They use all the bad information people have learned over time. They're just using it against you.
Absolutely.
Big time. Instead of using indicators like this, right, where it's like, just the whole ethos, just everything about what we do is, you got to realize we get moves like this. I don't care if it's down or up or whatever. What is price action following the return? Returns mean revert. Our indicators tell you when you're out at a 2SD, 3SD level, and that there's a very high probability the returns are going to mean revert now. And the price action is going to follow. And so people are looking at RSI and Stoke and all this shit. Oh, are we going to close this candle above that 200 simple moving average? Oh, we do that, we're going to the moon. If we don't, oh shit, we're going to drop lower. What's the market doing? Everybody's just frantic, not understanding what the fuck is going on, because you're not looking at the right information. They're looking at information that's being based off of price action, and that's what the algos and these exchanges, they want you doing. They're not doing that. You think Sam is using fucking moving averages? That guy's smart. He is not using traditional TA. Guarantee it.
Just using levels. You know what I mean? Coming up with levels the same way you guys are, like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're
That's
using
what it's all about.
they're using statistical levels, not.
I didn't mean to simplify, but yes.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? So if they're using those levels, it's just like, like our VRE levels. I'm sure they have their own version of it, whether it's an open, high, close, whatever, overnight low, overnight high, whatever they're doing.
VR. There it is. So, and it's what they're doing too.
What is it? Oh yeah, market profile.
Yeah, just pulling up the volume profile and stuff.
Volume profile, yeah.
Yep, the volume profile.
I don't mind. I've never minded that.
No, that's I'm just making the point that let's see. So what is this on? A 15-minute, right? So it's going to be the 15-minute. Where is that? Where are you, little booger? God, are we that below it? Hold on. Yep, there it is. All right. I'd have to do this on another chart with a higher time frame. But I was just trying to make a point. Where, like right here, you're going to have a lot of people thinking, if they're looking at this volume profile, they're like, yeah, there's no way we're getting through here. Right? They're like, well, we're going to reject here. Big time. Where we know, there's the top of the weekly range. Right there. The volume profile is showing shit. Well, once you get up above the center here, I mean, this thing's charging.
Yeah.
Especially when it got through the daily range, came back and checked it, then fucking flew right back up. I see shit like this, and I'm just like, man, this thing wants to do a 1SD run. That was kind of the point I was going to make with that. With people looking at volume. Yeah, but look, you're going to see right at the center of the weekly, right? It's not like the volume's going to be wrong, but people are using it wrong, in my opinion. They're not realizing, people are realizing, oh, that's just going to stump. Price action's not going to be able to get through there. It's like, what? It's got nothing to do with volatility. Bitcoin fucking rears its ugly head, man. It can move through any volume nodes and just nuke them, leave people in the dust. People like God, what's that dude's name over in the cave that loved it? Craig. Wasn't it Craig too?
Yeah, I think it's who
Craig. Who I talked to behind the scenes, tried to get him to understand this shit. He came over the one time and all the fucking minions from the other shop kind of like ran him off. He DM'd me. He was like, kind of like what you're doing, but man, a bunch of dickheads over there. It's like, hey, man. That's not who we are, my friend. That is not who we are. Get rid of this. Fuck, I thought I got rid of that. There we go. But anyway, our time is up.
Appreciate you taking the time today.
Yeah, man. That's what it's for.
Thank you.
Get right back.
Yeah, we should do more of that.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. We're going over it.
Yes,
To all you guys, I appreciate your help out here this morning.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks,
100%.
guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Peace out, gentlemen.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, gents.
All right,
Sure.
Later.